You're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill news for Tuesday, February 26th. Lots of news today. Lots of really good news today. Some amazing posts, too. We're going to go through all of it. First of all, I wanted to show this clip that my friend Methods had posted on Twitter. It is Andrew McCabe admitting something very, very exciting. CNN just announced last month that YouTube will be censoring any videos on its platform having to do with 9/11 or conspiracy theories, quote unquote. But this doesn't just stop with us creators. Anyone who's watching this content is probably going to be recorded, stored, and analyzed by the powers that be just for viewing this material in the first place. That's why in times like these, using a VPN is a great idea. Introducing Virtual Shield. It's trusted by many, it's the easiest and fastest to use VPN, and they will never sell your information out to big data. With a click of a button, you change your IP address to a different location, so the internet spies watching you will be thrown into a tailspin. Take a look. What is my IP? Here I am broadcasting from an unknown location, but you can see the last 3 digits of my IP address is 144. All I need to do to mask myself is click Connect in Virtual Shield, give it a moment, and suddenly I'll be in Chicago, Illinois. Check it out. This month, Virtual Shield is offering 35% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons, including Protection Plus, residential access, monthly maintenance, phone support, and VIP performance plans for as low as $3 per month. And don't forget about IdentiSafe, which allows the customer the ability to block off computer microphone and camera access from any unwanted spies and hackers. For anyone that's paranoid about the government watching or listening to every move they make via computer, IdentiSafe is for them. Don't forget, Virtual Shield is one of the easiest VPNs in the world to use. It's also one of the fastest VPNs, and their no-log policy protects its users from any data breaches. Just go to virtualshield.com/redpill78 and you'll be able to use the special code on the homepage to sign up for free and get 35% off.
Mr. McCabe, while I have you, let me ask some questions I haven't heard fleshed out with you yet. Credibility is a problem for Cohen. Arguably, it's a problem for you as well. They found you at the FBI to be lacking candor. I know you don't like the basis for that judgment and a lot of other things in that IG's report that came out, but you know, he's an Obama appointee, and he came to those conclusions. There's a criminal reference to prosecute, to investigate, not to prosecute, to look at your matter. So what is your case for your own credibility?
Well, Chris, as you know, with civil litigation on its way and also with the current investigative efforts that are underway, I am limited in what I can really go into great detail with you tonight.
There we have it. Not only criminal, but also civil litigation for Andrew McCabe. He has many, many things to be worried about, and I'm sure that he was very uncomfortable with that line of questioning from Chris Cuomo. We have an article from The Hill by Jordan Carney, and this comes directly from a post by our favorite Anon on the board. Now, it is called Murkowski to vote for resolution blocking Trump's emergency declaration. Senator Lisa Murkowski said Tuesday that she will support a resolution blocking President Trump's emergency declaration to construct the U.S.-Mexico border wall. Asked if she was supporting the resolution, Murkowski said that she is. The House is expected to pass a resolution of disapproval by blocking the national emergency declaration later Tuesday, kicking the vote to the Senate. Democrats will need 4 Republicans to vote with them to pass the resolution through the Senate, where they need only a simple majority. So far, 3 GOP senators are viewed as yes votes: Murkowski and Senators Tom Tillis of North Carolina and Susan Collins of Maine. Take note of those 3 names. Collins told reporters in Maine last week that she would support a clean resolution to block Trump's emergency declaration. Tillis wrote in a Washington Post op-ed released on Monday night that he would also vote for the resolution. Murkowski was already viewed as a likely yes vote after she told an Alaska TV station that she would probably support it. When I say probably, I want to make sure that what in fact we are voting on when it comes to the Senate is what I believe it is. If it's what I have seen right now, I will support the resolution to disapprove, Murkowski told KTUU late last week. Well, was anyone really surprised? As our favorite Anon said today, puppet and puppet master. Remember a few months ago when this image of Feinstein intimidating Murkowski came out. There she is from that angle. And then we have a picture from the other side. Makes you wonder who that is right there, because it looks to me like this photo is from that person's point of view. And there's another one there. Murkowski biting her nails, no doubt very, very nervous about the situation. I wonder what Feinstein has on her. Now the next post, 2900, says Truth versus Lies, the propaganda war for your mind. And it's a picture of Spike Lee, buddy-buddy with President Trump. There he is again with President Trump, and there he is again with President Trump. And the maker of this meme says, exactly when did Spike Lee find out that Trump was a racist? When did that happen, Spike? I think we deserve to know. Now, the next post, 2901, says internal civil war in the kill box. All-out assault against the duly elected president of the United States. We have never experienced anything like this in our history. Treason and sedition at the highest level of office throughout many departments. F and D. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party prevent, limit sheep, you, people like us, from learning the truth. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party retain control of narrative, control over you. House D's in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. Senate D's in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. This is their last stand. Fear of prosecution, fear of the public learning the truth, fear of learning power, bribes, blackmail, threats, etc., all being deployed. We are at war. Q. Now, the next post, the truth is before your eyes. This is a meme posted by our favorite Anon, and it says 6 explosive uranium-1 facts. Secretary Clinton betrayed America. Number 1, the former head of Russia's uranium company made 4 hidden donations to the Clinton Foundation totaling $2.35 million. Number 2, Bill Clinton bagged a $500,000 speech in Moscow paid for by a Kremlin-backed bank. Number 3, the FBI has uncovered evidence that Russian nuclear industry officials engaged in bribery, kickbacks, extortion, and money laundering. Number 4, the Clinton Foundation received $145 million from foreign investors involved in the uranium deal. Number 5, FBI agents have an eyewitness and documents to support the most explosive parts of the Uranium-1 story, not just conjecture. Number 6, Clinton megadonor Frank Holmes lied about selling Uranium-1 before Clinton approved the Russian transfer. Our favorite Anon says, when the real truth regarding Russian collusion is in front of you, but the fake news media prevents public awareness, conformity, and behavior. This is what they want. They want us to conform, and they want to control our behavior. They feed us lies, they feed us propaganda, they feed us disinformation. Well, I'm not going to say most people anymore, but many people in the United States, and even across the world, are still eating it up like dog food, okay? Sitting there on their hands and knees, just lapping up the propaganda that's shoveled out to them by the fake news media. That's why what we're doing right now is so important. Now, post 2903, and Anon says, feeling like Anons in U.S. will be up late tonight following POTUS and Q in Vietnam. And our favorite Anon says, it's going to be historic, planned long ago. Minus 21. Within the next 21 days, big happenings are going to take place. So 21 days puts us right at March 18th, which is going to be March Madness. So I can only imagine what's going to happen and what's about to take place. This is a definitive timeline that we've been giving you guys. This is very important. All right. We've been told, vague things before, days that we're supposed to watch out for, but never in this sort of language, never this definitively. All right. So every time that something has, come up and I've made a prediction, I think that there has been things that have happened, but it's not the things that people really want. All right. You have to sacrifice a few pawns before you get to that queen. And I'm really, really hoping that this is going to be it. March Madness. We were told over a year ago, March Madness. And 21 days is that time. Now, finally, for the posts, we have a prayer from our favorite Anon here, the Armor of God prayer. The armor of God. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, to stand. Stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Lord's people. And I want everyone to remember that no matter what these people have done, they are still children of God. You must not forget to pray for all of God's people. Even if they've done despicable things, they will face justice. But you must pray for their souls, and you must pray for the safety and security of all of our people here in America and abroad. Truly, this is a time for world patriots and more. All right, and next from the Daily Caller. A new report says that the DOJ told the FBI to ignore gross negligence as a reason to charge Clinton over her emails. The U.S. Department of Justice reportedly instructed the FBI to ignore gross negligence as a reason for charging former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton for use of a private email server to conduct classified government business. The direction might have enabled the DOJ to ensure a favorable outcome for the FBI's investigation into Clinton's emails, the Epoch Times reported Monday, regarding private testimony it says it has obtained. Private congressional testimony discussed an email reportedly sent from a nameless individual in the FBI Counsel General's office. Private congressional testimony discussed an email reportedly sent from a nameless individual in the FBI General Counsel's office to Bill Priestap, the Bureau's Assistant Director of Counterintelligence. The correspondence dictated the available statutes for prosecuting the former Secretary of State, and these did not include gross negligence, according to the Epoch Times. Ryan Breitenbach, who was then the House Majority Counsel, expressed bewilderment that gross negligence was not included in the reasons for charging Clinton, while the same criterion was utilized to issue a search warrant to gather information in the Clinton investigation. Bill Priestap replied that he could not say who sent the email or why the phrase DOJ not willing to charge this was inserted into the instructions. Former FBI Director James Comey, who testified before Congress that he did not believe there was sufficient reason to charge Clinton, later admitted at a July 2016 news conference that someone of less political stature than the former First Lady might have been charged. The Epoch Times also reported that during the same closed testimony, others suggested that the DOJ was intimately involved in the FBI investigation into the Clinton emails. Lisa Page, a lawyer who worked for Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe at the time, noted the extent of that involvement. Everybody talks about this as if this was the FBI investigation, and the truth of the matter is there was not one single step, other than the July 5th statement. There was not a single investigative step that we did not do in consultation with or at the direction of the Justice Department, Page told congressional investigators on July 13th, 2018. Clinton's unauthorized email server remains a subject of hot political scrutiny. A federal court recently asserted that Clinton must answer more questions about her emails. Now that Bill Barr is in his position as the Attorney General, overseeing the Justice Department, it is his responsibility to look into these claims. The very fact that it would be acknowledged exactly what Hillary did under these particular statutes and then chosen to ignore by both the FBI and the DOJ is proof that the game is rigged. We cannot have a rigged Justice Department. And unless Bill Barr does something to remedy this situation, people are going to remain fixated on this topic. I'm not going to let it go. I know that I said that I could live with it because I trust in God and I trust that there will be some justice that comes out of this, whether or not it's specifically for the emails or for other horrible crimes Hillary Clinton has committed. I have left it in God's hands, all right? But that does not mean that I'm not going to share my opinion about it. I want to see justice completed. I will not stop discussing this subject until our country has been put back into balance, until our Justice Department, the ship that is the Justice Department, has been righted. As long as this is outstanding, as long as we continue to learn more and more and more, we cannot be at peace in this country. Like Jim Comey said, a person of lesser political stature would have been charged. There are people who have done far less than Hillary Clinton who went to prison, okay, for doing things unwittingly. Hillary Clinton, knowingly and willingly, set up a private email server, unsecured, in the bathroom of her summer home. This is outrageous. Not to mention the fact that the Chinese had access to the server and that there were people who died. There were U.S. assets who died as a result of that negligence that she committed, that gross negligence. I fully believe that this is going to come to pass, all right? But in the meantime, I'm not going to rest. Now for perhaps a little more lighthearted news from the Gateway Pundit. Just in, Michael Cohen has been disbarred following a felony conviction for lying under oath. Oh, shucks, Michael. Donald Trump's former attorney turned rat has been disbarred, reported the New York Post. The decision, which follows his felony conviction for lying under oath, was announced in documents released Tuesday by Manhattan's Appellate Division, First Department of the Attorney Grievance Committee. New York law mandates disbarment for felony convictions. According to the law, any lawyer who shall be convicted of a felony shall, upon such conviction, cease to be an attorney and counselor at law, or to be competent to practice law as such. Mr. Cohen can file for reinstatement in 7 years, or sooner if he were to be pardoned. Not going to happen. Michael Cohen was sentenced to 36 months in prison for lying to Congress and other related charges to his taxi medallion company in December and will report to prison on May 6th. In the meantime, congressional Democrats have called Michael Cohen a convicted liar to testify against Trump. The Wall Street Journal reported Tuesday that Michael Cohen will testify that Trump engaged in criminal conduct while in office. Anything for an anti-Trump headline. For me, personally, it does not matter what Michael Cohen says. He has proven himself to be an unreliable witness and for someone to be not trusted. Michael Cohen will say anything that he thinks will give him some leeway or will get him a reduced sentence. Well, guess what, Michael? By the time you get out of prison, President Trump is going to be in full control of every aspect of this country. I highly doubt that you're going to get any type of early release or parole based on good behavior. You're going to be forced to spend that full 36 months in prison. And it's going to be a lonely 36 months, my friend. Especially considering the fact that Matt Gaetz asked today, do your wife and kids know about your girlfriends? Representative Matt Gaetz tweets out a veiled threat to Michael Cohen. Former Trump attorney Michael Cohen was sentenced to 36 months in prison for lying to Congress and for charges related to that taxi medallion company. Today, Cohen was called in to testify before a House committee despite having a record of lying to Congress. On Tuesday afternoon, Representative Matt Gaetz tweeted out a threat to Cohen before his testimony. Hey, Michael Cohen, do your wife and father-in-law know about your girlfriends? Maybe tonight would be a good time for that chat. I wonder if she'll remain faithful while you're in prison. She's about to learn a lot. Uh-oh. And there's the tweet itself. That is some big brass ones on Matt Gaetz there. This could get interesting. All right, and some more good, funny news. Surprise! Woman who attacked a Massachusetts man over his MAGA hat is an illegal alien, and she was arrested by ICE on Tuesday. Rosianne Santos, the 41-year-old Brazilian woman, was charged for attacking a man in Falmouth, Massachusetts restaurant earlier this month because he was wearing a pro-Trump red Make America Great Again hat. and she was arrested by ICE Tuesday morning for overstaying a 1994 tourist visa. Boston Talk radio host legend Howie Carr reported the ICE arrest. The woman who assaulted a Falmouth man a week ago Friday at a Mexican restaurant over his red Make America Great Again hat is in the country illegally and was arrested Tuesday morning by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Deportation officers with ICE's Fugitive Operations Team arrested Rosiane Santos, an unlawfully present citizen of Brazil, today near Falmouth, Massachusetts, said U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's John Mohan. Santos is currently facing local charges for assault and other offenses, he said. She is presently in ICE custody and has been entered into removal proceedings before the federal immigration courts. Falmouth police arrested Santos, 41, on February 15th after she allegedly assaulted Brighton Turner, 23, of Mashpee, who was wearing a MAGA hat. The incident led to greater scrutiny of her immigration record, local law enforcement officials said. The minute I walked in and sat down, the woman, Santos, said something to me. She said, "What does your hat say? What does your hat say?" And I showed her, Turner said on the Howie Carr show on Friday. She goes, "Why would you wear that here?" he said. And I said, "It's America, and I can wear this hat wherever I want." Santos came to the United States in 1994 on a tourist visa from Brazil and never left, according to ICE officials. The victim, Brighton Turner, recorded the video of some of the incident. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
See this right here? This is the problem. Ignorant people like this. I'm just trying to sit here and eat a nice meal. Look at that. You see this? You see this? People like that. That's the problem. It's the problem with America these days. People are just ignorant. They want to lash out on people who are educated. Unfortunately, this uneducated. I'm sorry for her friend. She must be so embarrassed. It's okay. Rosie's not doing too hot right now. I don't know what happened. She just tried to grab my hand in front of 4 officers. Not smart. There she is. They're getting cuffed. Have a nice night in the cell, Rosie.
Welcome to America, and say hello to Brazil for us. Rosiane Santos, 41, of East Falmouth. She was charged with disorderly conduct, assault and battery on February 15th in Falmouth. Her pretrial hearing is scheduled for March 20th, and she was released on personal recognizance. Well, that was the original charges. Now she's back in custody, and she's on her way home. Sorry, Rosiane. I guess maybe you should have looked into the laws of the United States of America before you decided to legally immigrate here. And finally, from the Gateway Pundit, James O'Keefe taunts, "Stay tuned." A Facebook insider speaks out and leaks info on hate speech, censorship, shadow banning inside the tech giant. Who's surprised? Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe told his Twitter followers this week to stay tuned because he will be releasing a video of a Facebook insider who will blow the whistle on the social media company's censorship secrets. Facebook insider speaks out. Hate speech, censorship, Big Brother, everyone's expected to not talk about these things. Document leak coming soon. Stay tuned, O'Keefe said in a tweet with a 1-minute teaser video of what he will be releasing this week. Let's go ahead and watch this teaser.
Everyone is expected to be the same. Everyone's expected to not talk about these things openly. In the orientation at Facebook, they said the number 1 rule of Facebook is don't talk about Facebook. I see an odd note on an account. Being a curious person, I decided to look into it.
Things will only change if we, the people, are brave enough to step forward and do something bold. People throughout history started blowing the whistle, and they changed things forever. Were they unreasonable? Yeah. But all progress depends upon the unreasonable man. They may be able to stop one man, but they can't stop all of us. Your courage will be contagious, and it will awaken a sleeping giant. Be a catalyst for change. Wear a camel. Be brave. Do something.
This is going to be a great report from Project Veritas. I cannot wait. They do incredible work. The things that they have been able to uncover with these hidden cameras and people, infiltrating these organizations, the best journalism of the 21st century. They are some of the last true journalists. I would so love to be able to work with Project Veritas. That would be amazing. All right, well, I think that we're going to leave it at that. You guys, things are accelerating, all right? They have been accelerating for weeks, but you can feel it. You can feel it. That post today, less than 21, it is about to pop off. We have been a part of the greatest movement of our time. This is truly a sea change that we are witnessing. The time has come for our movement to be taken to the next level. This is no longer about talking about what we want and hope and what we wish to see. This is about actually experiencing the things that we have been prepping for these last several years. For many of us, for decades. I knew that this day would come, and I am so blessed to be able to be here and witness this and to be a part of it. And I am blessed that you are here with me. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. As always, I am Red Pill 78, the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill News. Good luck, everyone, and God bless.